The first stopping place that I would like to show you is the Cineteca Nacional. It was founded in 1974 as a national film archive. The Cineteca Nacional is the government agency responsible for rescue, classify, keep up, restore, preserve, and disseminate the most prominent film work of Mexico and the world. The film culture in our country must not only remain close to traditional captive audience, but also find that the proposal reaches young and diverse audiences as a novel tool for cultural and educational development. The film library has 10 halls and one outdoor forum in which films are projected at no cost. I am in the Cineteca Nacional. I am going to see an Argentinian film. You can arrive to this place in the subway and walk in 5 minutes. You have to buy your tickets, and if you are a student, you are not going to spend a lot of money. You have to pay only 25 pesos, and for example, you can buy something for the film. In my case, I bought a juice, and now I am going to enter to the film. If you are waiting for the film, you can go upstairs and buy a milkshake, a coffee, a bag of popcorns. In the downstairs, you are going to find restaurants of different food, and if you don't want it, you can walk around the building. In the middle of the building, you are going to find that TV programs are filmed just there. And a very important question: how do I get to the National Film? You can reach by subway. The nearest station is Coyoacán, line 3. Alternatively, you can get there by public transport, car or bicycle from Mexico Coyoacán Avenue. And what are the hours of the box office? Monday to Sunday from 11 to 21 hours. How much money I'm going to spend? The cost is 40 pesos for general admission and 25 pesos with valid student ID. On Tuesday and Wednesday, all are students, because both days the cost of the ticket is 25 pesos for any function. At really, when you are in the city, you don't have to find a specific place to enjoy it. You just have to go out with a little encouragement, attitude, and disposition. Ride your bike all along the Reforma Avenue, and in the midway you can find an scenario where people is dancing or practicing Zumba or different sports, and it's free. You don't have to pay anything. The ride begins at 8 o'clock, and you are going to need your ID for the trip, a bottle of water and a cap, because the sun is very hard. Here I found a cortege outside of a not very important hotel in the Rome colony. The reason is that Drake Bell was arriving and the girls was turning crazy. The second stepping place is the Chapultepec Forest. I have to say that is my favorite place in all the city, but being specific, we are going to visit the Modern Art Museum and the Chapultepec Zoo. Let's go! The Modern Art Museum holds one of the largest collections of Mexican art of the 20th century, made of around 3,000 works of art, including paintings, sculpture, photography, drawing, and printmaking. The vast majority of the works that represents the museum were made during the 1930s, 1940s, and 1950s, with works by essential authors to understand the Mexican art, as Gerardo Murillo, Dr. Atl, Roberto Montenegro, the muralist Diego Rivera, David Alfaro Siqueiros, José Clemente Orozco, and artists like Frida Kahlo, Carlos Orozco Romero, and Rufino Tamayo, and others that were also part of the Mexican school painting like María Izquierdo, Agustín Lazo, and Juan O'Gorman. It also features photography with work of Manuel Álvarez Bravo, Tina Modotti, etc. My favorite hall is called The Collection. The sculptures are made with horns that are sold by deer farms. Each horn assembly is ingenious because the form obtained are unique. The size of each piece is incredible and it's in third dimension. I think that could be hard to understand the messages that are hiding in every painting, the surrealist art, the abstract art, the pictures that try to be paintings, and the paintings that try to be pictures. In every art piece, the artists are reflecting the soul, their self-opinion of the view of the world. But finally, we can express and voice our ideas however we want and whatever we want. I loved the whole called Silence, Rumor and Cry. I could perceive the connotative message of death, eternity, hope, revelation of human frailty, but at the same time, the power that we all have for create and for destroy. The Chapultepec Zoo is considered one of the most visited zoos in the world. Annually receives over 5.5 million visitors, including students from around the country. Today, the Chapultepec Zoo has a new hospital and laboratories. Also has, with a project for a new focus for visitors and educational area that will include a library, exhibition center, and auditorium. The Chapultepec Zoo is one of the most popular recreational institutions of the Mexico City. For national visitors and foreigners, it is considered a center for social, family, and intergenerational integration. The zoo is part of our history, so it can be considered the national zoo. It has evolved through its history and the beginning of the 21st century. The main objectives are recreation, education, research, and conservation. The Chapultepec Zoo logo is the representation of a pre-Hispanic jaguar. The Chapultepec Zoo is involved with various conservation projects, especially in the captive breeding of species such as the volcano rabbit, Mexican wolf, ocelot, giant panda, bear mask, bighorn sheep, and Xochimilco ajolote through natural and artificial methods. With this purpose, in 1998, a laboratory was established, Reproductive Physiology. The collaboration of national and international institutions is part of the developed by the Chapultepec Zoo for wildlife conservation work.